Hey, what's up? Chef Jesse here. Well, today I got a big, large dinner because, as you know, it's Gilbert and my and my anniversary, 9 years. So anyway, today, we don't want to go out to a restaurant. I don't want to eat on the sidewalk with dust and dust and bugs and all kind of stuff. So we have a good dinner at home, of course, made by me, Chef Jesse. So today we're having the main course is steak, ribeye steaks, asparagus, baked potato. I don't know, some stuff on the side. We have shrimp cocktail, and I am making onion soup. Okay, homemade French onion soup. Yeah. So I'm gonna start off with chopping up my onions, put it into the pot, and start my French onion soup. First of all, I use a sweet onion or Spanish onion that's usually sweet. And what I want to do is you want to cut it down the root right here. Okay, use my Psycho knife. Okay, there you go, and then I peel it. Okay. I'm going to cut the tips like that. Now, if you look at different recipes, there's different things that tells you how to do it, but I'm going to cut my onions down like this. Okay. Cut them like half moons. And remember, when you cut up onions, it looks like a lot, but when it breaks down, the onion really, really breaks down and it turns into nothing. So when you see a lot of onions, don't be scared, because it's really going to reduce itself when you start to cook it. So maybe this piece here is kind of, I don't like that. I don't like that. What's this? So where's my towel? So yeah, when you start to cook the onion, even though it looks like a lot. Now this recipe calls for 3 onions, but I'm not making that much soup, so you adjust. Okay, you adjust. So this is soup for 2, maybe 3. I got a little bit of ugliness here. So I'm gonna cut this off. Okay, and again, I can take out the outer skin because it looks kind of okay. Put that to the side, and then I cut half moon. Okay, there you go. And like I said, it's gonna look like a lot. You're gonna say, "Oh my God, what is that?" But it's not. It's gonna break down. So you put that in the pan. It's gonna break down. I'm telling you, it's gonna break down. You might even say to yourself, "What happened to all the onions?" You know. So yeah. So let me get this skin here. This one here. Okay. That little piece looks like it got a black spot there. No, I don't want it. There you go. There you go. There you go. So even though it looks like a lot of, let me show you. It looks like a lot. You're gonna reduce it, and it's not gonna be a lot. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Now I put 3 tablespoons of butter in there. Okay. And now I'm gonna put. Now, if you cook your onions in just butter, you're gonna burn them. So you gotta use olive oil. You know me and olive oil. So I use about I don't know, 3 tablespoons or so, maybe more. You can adjust it. And then you start to cook at a low flame. Low flame. Keep checking your onions. Keep mixing them around. And then when they are nice and softened, you're gonna add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of sugar. Yes, sugar. Because what you want to do is you want to caramelize. Can I say that? Caramelized your onions. So and then they're gonna be nice and sweet. When the onions cook, it lets out its natural sweetness. So they're gonna have it sweet. And then you're gonna throw in your beef broth. I'm using this beef broth today. I'm gonna use three cups of this, or more or less adjust, and that's it. And I'm gonna after the onions are cooked, I'm gonna throw this in there. I'm gonna throw in a little trick that I use. Yep, that's it. So the recipe. There's a recipe behind it for onion soup, but it calls for water. But instead of calling water, I'm gonna use the beef stock. So I'm gonna use this. My onions already starting to sizzle. So you probably can't see. Okay, there you see a little bit. But anyway, I'm gonna move my onions. If they look like I need more onions, I'll put more onions. But I'm gonna break this in. So this is the recipe for French onion soup. 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 or 4 tablespoons of oil, so that the butter doesn't burn. And then one of these, and 3 cups, or 2 cups, according to how much you're making. Use beef broth. Okay. This recipe in the back tells you to use water, but to make it more tastier, I'm going to use beef broth. So stay tuned. So folks, my onions. Let me show you how the onions. It was a whole pot full of onions, and let me show you how. Look at that. There's only a few now. Okay? It all settled down. Now this is what I'm looking for, to make them a little bit of brown, not burn them, a little bit of brown. And then I'm going to throw my beef broth in there and my mix. And then I'm going to let that simmer for another 20 minutes or so. And I'm going to have my French onion soup. And I'm going to have my little soup, I have my little soup dishes, I'll show you that. And then I'm going to put the bread on top, toasted bread on top. And then load it up with cheese on top and bake it, and you're gonna see how it comes out, because it really comes out good. So stay tuned. So I just put in my beef broth. I put in my, and then show you how it looks. It's starting to look. Okay, now it's gonna simmer in there. It's gonna simmer. Maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna finish it off. And this is the first thing we're gonna eat before we eat the main entree, which is a steak, asparagus, and I have a baked potato for myself in the oven. And today is gonna be good, I'm telling you. Stay tuned. Well folks, the onion soup is made. Let me show you how this onion soup looks. It looks marvelous. Okay, so we have the onion soup here. I have one here. We have there, this is the cheese melt and French onion soup, and we have some little mini croissants, and of course we have to have champagne to celebrate. And this is only the beginning. The main course is coming next, so stay tuned for that one. Well folks, we are going to eat the first course, which is the French onion soup. But of course, starting the dinner, we have to open up the champagne.
Champagne.
Yes. I'm scared of these bottles over here. So we got some champagne here, and here's to,
here we go.
This is here to 9 years.
9 years.
Of love. Oh, there you go. No, it's gonna go down.
There you go.
Yeah, got it.
Got it.
Oh, anyway, this is it. So,
Happy anniversary.
happy anniversary, here's to love.
That's right.
9 years and more coming. Don't look. Okay, that was a bonus. That has nothing to do with my kitchen. I'll get back to you guys soon. Whew. Well, folks, oh my God, I'm sweating. We finished with the soup, the French onion soup, and now we're gonna do the main course. I'm gonna start preparing my asparagus with garlic and sauteed a little bit of garlic, and then I'm gonna start cooking the steaks. I'm gonna sear them first on top of the stove, and then when they seared for about 5 or 8 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna finish them off in a cast iron skillet in the oven and see how they come out. Okay, stay tuned for that one. So folks, I just made the shrimp now. Shrimp cocktail. The shrimps are laid on a bed of ice to keep it nice and cool, and cocktail sauce, and I'll show you how it looks. Let's walk over here. And look at that. So they're laid out on a bed of shredded ice, which I ran through the blender, and keep them nice and cool. And there goes your cocktail sauce. A little fork here, and this is the second part of dinner. So folks, yeah, there you got it. So we already had our French onion soup, was delicious, and now Gilbert's eating his shrimp cocktail, and I'm about to put these big giant, look at that, they've been marinating with a little bit of salt, pepper, and a teriyaki pineapple marinade, which the pineapple is good for the steak. It breaks up the acid in it, breaks up the meat, and softens it up, believe me. And I got some asparagus here. Show you, there goes the asparagus with garlic and butter, and my baked potato in the oven. And in a few minutes, we're gonna be eating the main entree. Yes. So folks, always use tongs for your steak. Never put a fork in it, because you make holes in the meat and the meat loses its juices. Don't lose your juice. So, use tongs like so. And then I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna shear the steaks side to side on the sides, and then I'm gonna stick the whole cast iron skillets that I got. I got this one here, I got this other one here. They're terrific skillets. I got another one back there, and I love cooking these things. They hold up well with the temperature, and it really. So I just put a little bit of olive oil in there, and butter. The olive oil prevents the butter from burning. So here we go. Let's see how this looks. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Sound of that. The other one. Fighting it. There. Now we're gonna cook. Now we're cooking. Look at that. Now we're cooking. Okay, I'm gonna sear it from side to side a few minutes, and then put it in the oven and finish it off. And look at that sound. Look at these steaks. I just threw some water in there to moisturize the meat a bit. And now they're ready to be put into the oven. They're ready to put it. I pour some water in it so it doesn't dry up, so it moisturizes the meat. And now I'm going to take him and I'm going to shove him into the oven and we're going to finish them off. See how that comes out. And so folks, the steaks are done. I put them in the oven for about 8 minutes. I took them out. I don't want to dry them up. Now I'm going to let them rest for about 8 minutes or so, because if you cut into a steak right after you bring it out of the oven or out of anywhere, stovetop, you're going to lose the juices. You're going to cut the meat and all the juices flow out. So you have to actually leave it there for a few minutes for the meat, for the juices to stay in the meat, to cook inside, and to settle down, more or less. And then you got a nice juicy steak. I hope these are nice and juicy. And they're pretty big steaks. They're probably made rare or medium rare. I don't know. I tried. And look how they look. So I just put them out, just took them out of the oven. They're pretty big. They're like Flintstone steaks. And in a few minutes, I set my timer. Then I'm going to serve food. We're going to be eating. Stay tuned. Well, folks, we are done. And we're listening to music of the 80s. And if you can hear it, the steaks are done. They look done. I hope they're done. If not, we'll throw them into the grill again. But anyway, we like them medium rare so that they're nice and soft. There's no way you can cook a steak well. People eat it well. That's not the way they eat steak. Just me. That's not the way. You dry it up. You're eating you're eating like a sole of a shoe or something. I don't know. So steak has to be medium rare, medium done. You can dry it out. Anyway, folks, been a lot of cooking. Been worth it. Let me show you how these steaks look. That's how dinner looks. We got our little mini croissants. We got our champagne. And that's been cooking with Uncle Jussie, with Chef Jussie today. And today was special. It's a special day for Gilbert and I. 9 years together, and we are celebrating tonight. We can't go to a restaurant because I'm not gonna eat outside the sidewalk with birds shitting on you and all kind of stuff, right? So why better place that you know what you're eating at home, right? So we're eating at home. We're listening to some music from the 80s. That's where Gilbert's from the 80s. I'm from the, I don't want to say it, I'm from the 60s. But, yep, but it's love, folks. And we need love. Everyone needs love. We need more love on planet Earth. We really do. We really do. And you should take time to, sometimes we take for granted our loved ones. Remember sometimes to say I love you, because sometimes in our daily life we take everything for granted and we forget to say I love you. I love my man, I love my friends, I love my family, I love my fans, I love everybody out there. Really do. You guys keep me going, and I'm getting sentimental. You guys keep me going. I love you guys. Now look at that. What better song than The Carpenters? Maybe you guys are too young for this, but I remember The Carpenters. Anyway, folks, love you guys once again. Love, 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 and let it be more love, okay? Love you guys. And let's go eat dinner.